Welcome back to another one of these Midnight Oasis productions. This is GT Sports. Another episode of Monza. Because I like it. Excuse my lockdown hairdo. And my driving. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to switch to the hard tyres. So this is going to be an out and out blast for the first leg. It's a miracle I avoided him, actually. Ah, Jesus, I hate this game sometimes. If anything, that push, that punt, has helped him. Whoa. That Greek is not having the best of times at the front today. Oh, I'm not getting involved in that slipstreaming battle. With any luck, they'll all take each other out. The start, that was the lightest of touches. turn 2 wasn't even my fault. Okay, we all say that, but it didn't feel like it was my fault, alright? I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter. I might try a different strategy. Go aggressive. Oh. So we're trying a two-stop race this time. Ooh, that was a good one. One way to come out of sideways out of a Scary. That'd be why the Greek was struggling there, because he was on hard tyres. Good on him. Charlie 8's quick, huh? Okay, there goes the Greek with the fast lap. That's not a surprise. Yeah, these tyres are starting to go off a bit. So, next lap, I think, will be for the hard tyre. We've seen the two-shot strategy just isn't worth it. In fact, that's not what's done me in here. That's the two 1 second penalties for being involved in someone else's slow exit. That's all opinion, isn't it? By the way, if you're sitting in the chat, if you're sitting there on YouTube or Twitch, feel free to join the chat. This is Monza. I've got very little to do on the straights, so I can say hello. So I was 4 seconds behind him. So that loses you... Oh, no. About 6 seconds, 6 or 7 seconds. Gotta say, the hard tyres are so much twitchier. It's entertaining. Looks like Charlie got himself a big penalty. Oh, looks like the German's gone for the lead. Already gone into the pits. I think he'd gone into the pits or spun or something. That's weird. Looks like someone's wiped out the 100-metre board on that one. That's a bit weird. Okay, all things considered, the 2 penalties screwed me. Okay, the 2-stop strategy is about 6 or 7. You drop 6 or 7 seconds for the extra stop. It's actually bloody close when you look at it, because that would put me minus the 2 or 3 seconds I lost from the penalties. That would put me right in the action. Ooh, it's tempting. But the problem is to go with a 2-stop, an early 2-stop, especially, puts you right back in the pack. Something to think about. Might just stick with the 1-stop. Here we go again. We'll get the race underway. Let's go. Can't believe I'm starting from pole. Alrighty then. I don't like starting from pole on run on on a non-grid start. Ooh, watch the whole pack follow me. Looks like they're all tripping over each other, so that's brilliant. Hey, Lewis. It can be chaos, absolutely. And I've seen your lap time, you git. Been working sort of 2 days solid to get my lap time higher than yours, and as soon as I got it closer, I do like this track though, and this race. It's good fun. Just got to try and break that slipstream, which I have not managed to do, and you can get away. In theory. So this is going to be my chance if he's going to fall back a little bit. Got to make a go at this. So he serves his half second penalty, which is going to get him out of my slipstream, so that's a good sign for me. Now I've got to actually make the best of this. And not fluff it. Although, I never go through a Skyry particularly well, so the fact Dark Jen is catching me doesn't surprise me. I just got to hope Dark Jen is on the medium tyres, because I am on the hard. Whoops. That lasted me a couple of attempts. Keep trying to break in the same spot I do with the qualifying. It's not the cleverest thing in the world. That might be a penalty. Yep. So good news is he's right behind me, so I'll be able to pick up the slipstream straight away, and I'm hopefully not going to fall back any further than just this. Just going to hover in the slipstream and try and stay near. I think he's broken the slipstream on me. Yep. So that's a good sign. Looks like he's struggling with the rear tyre wear a little bit. So that would lead me to believe he's probably on the medium. It's more wishful thinking than anything. It's got to stop the German from getting too close to me. Finally got a good exit out of the Scarry. I feel like every time I do it, I feel like I should give myself a medal, just because it doesn't happen very often. Okay, 49.3. Okay, we're still matching pace lap 2 roughly. Okay. So that sledge is starting to fall away now. I'm pretty sure Dark Jen is starting to suffer with the tyre wear. Takes a very wide corner around the first Lesmo. very wide line around Lesmo. I know what I meant. So if you're still there, Lewis, are you racing at the moment in one of the daily races? I thought about racing at Fuji because I do like it, but I've wanted to do a Group C with the tyre wear for a while. And all last week and the week before I was racing Group A, which is just low grade cars and well, fast races. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but I do like a bit of tyre wear too. A bit more of a simulation challenge, and obviously that's the name of the game, isn't it? Okay, so Sledge was on hard tyres. Okay. Okay, so Dart Jen's picked up the pace again. Well, I noticed you were A+, so I think you were probably last week as well, but so you can't take too much of a DR hit, but yeah, my SR's been up and down wildly. I've been up to 99, that obviously S, and down to 64 for B. And a couple of times it directly was my fault, but more often than not, it's people coming out slower the first corner and just sitting in the middle of the course, and then you hit them. Not to mention track limits around this course are entertaining. Particularly when you do something like that. What's up, dude? Hopefully he stays in the race, because I want to see what tyres he was on. Right, onto the mediums. That was on the limit of adhesion. So Dark Gen, I suspect he has pitted because he's fallen back down to 6th now. Howdy, Cuddly Sitch. Yes, it's probably past my bedtime, but I like a bit of GT Sport before bed. Plus, all of the good players have gone to bed already, apart from Lewis. Back down to A on DR rating. Terrible, mate. Terrible. Because the T was on the mediums, he got a long way on those tyres. Pretty damn cool. To answer the question, PC is partially fixed. The GPU has stopped making a noise, but I'm not using it in terms of games at the moment. Shall we say that? It's sitting there. It's just being used as a streaming device. I'm playing this obviously on PS4. Hey, so I've just got a penalty. I'm not going to do what I usually do. It's slow down way too much at this point and let them catch me, because I think I'm safe. So let's hoon this lap. Try and get far enough ahead. There's no chance of Sledge catching me. See, Dark Gen's still there in 7th, so he really has fallen down the pack. But yeah, you are completely right, Lewis. This is complete SR killer. Ooh, that's my fastest lap without a slipstream in a race on this track. Pretty happy with myself. Just got to keep it tidy and get to the end without doing my usual and spinning out in the lead. And just because, in case you guys are confused, Tyler, Cuddly Stitch, I'm streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, so I've got 2 sets of comments going on. Star Gen really hasn't recovered. In fact, he's got the guy with the fastest lap right behind him. That doesn't bode well. So that is what happens if you spin out when you're in the lead. A bit of showboating going on there. It wasn't, just me lighting up the rear tyres. I'm losing myself best part of half a second. What I am going to do for a change is take this lap nice and easy. Well, that's the point. Isn't this way past your bedtime too? Absolutely. Well, how Dark Gen lost 22 seconds on me, I will never know. And the need tree fiddy. Okay, obviously caught up to him too. That group there, 6th to 8th. So a good race by the German. Despite getting a few penalties, he's only just under 6 seconds behind me, so pretty good going. And the guys at the bottom there with a 1 minute penalty are because they didn't use the medium and the hard tyres. Rookie error. And I know because I did it on my first race on this. That makes a nice change. So pole, clean race, and victory. That is a first. So what happened to Dark Gen? I'm going to have to find out. Okay, and I have to share this as well. Doesn't upload as quick as I remember. How long have I got? I've got 4 minutes until the next race. Okay. Let's see if I can work out that the chat's working as well. Hey, finally got there. And thank you very much, Lewis. It's one of those where if you're in the lead, it feels too easy. Probably because it was. Alright, I have to leave the chats off. They've been a bit malfunctioning. Okay, I've got 2.5 minutes to have a look at the replay. So I'm just going to have to skip forward to, well, quite frankly, I want to see what tyres Dark Gen was on. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky. Right, 2 and a bit minutes. I didn't actually even look what car I won there. It happens. You obviously get a car a day on this going past what, 25 miles or something silly. After that, it's like, yeah, just want another car. Move on. And yes, it is against real people. Alright, this is going to cut it really fine. I've got a minute. Alright, I'm just going to literally have a quick look at what tyres Dark Gem was on, and then we have to go back into another race. Let's skip Ford's. I can see he was on the medium. Makes my race feel a lot better. Oh, there we go. There's some fun. Sledge was on the same strategy I was. Okay. Okay, so now we know. Sorry, I would show you more of the highlight reel on that, but we haven't got time. Alright, I will be back in a moment. And thank you, Tyler. And also thank you, Lewis. Okay, here we go again. So from second on this one. Let's see how this one plays out. Okay, we're going to start this on hard tyres again. That worked out really nicely in the last one. Here we go. Needs a little bit of like a Mario voice on that. Here we go. I promise never to do that again. Right, onwards. Right, ideally, all the drivers around me. Am I going to win this one? Well, the guy ahead of me is qualified faster, so iffy. But ideally, if they're all on medium tyres around me, and I can stick with them because I'm starting on the hard tyre, it's a race where I've got to use both compounds. Then I'm in with a good shot because I'll be faster towards the end. But it all depends on, one, their race pace, my race pace, and what tyre selection they've gone with. We'll see. I'm going to try and win this. I mean, I never go into a race thinking I'm going to try and finish 5th. Unless that's your ideal position or lucky number. So, you know. So, if Dartgen's the same as last time, he'll be starting on the medium tyres. There's a bit of a fuss-a-cluck going on back there. Is that Coupon with a penalty? Must be. I'm focusing more on my bloody itchy nose than I am the race. Well, you saw the big win in the last one, Tyler. Greedy. But I'll do my best, alright? Oh. It's not going to happen if I do that again, is it? So Coupon got to Dartgen on that one. Oh dear. Just proving that Monza, if you get the corner even a little bit wrong, it will spit you out off the course. I'm lucky to actually held that on the track. I think I just hit the curb a little bit too hard. And then I'm following Coupon off the road, so that's always good. So we've let Euro Jersey just absolutely get away from us, so that's brilliant. Okay, out of Viscari pretty handily this time. I'll try and stay with Dartgen. It's like a repeat of last race, but I'm in 3rd. I am quite worried with that Mustang right behind me. That's a bit more like it. Honestly thought Coopin would be a bit closer up behind me by now. Oh, don't be a penalty. Please don't be a penalty. It's a penalty. So I'm not doing myself any favours in this race. Right, going up to the penalty line to serve my half-second penalty. Okay, that was a terrible lap. Okay, so the German behind me was on the hard, will be on the medium. So to avoid being undercut by him, I have got to pit this lap, really. I think Coopin's tyres are going off a little bit, because I'm now actually catching him. So that'll have me believe that he is on the mediums. So at this point, the hard tyres become very similarly paced to the mediums. As you can see, he's just struggling for front end grip now. Whatever he does, I'm going to do the opposite. Okay, Start Gem was on the medium, and so was Coopin. Okay. What's up? Right now they're both on the hards. And I've outbraked myself again. So that Euro jersey's really got pace. Jeez. Okay, now I'm definitely feeling the lack of front end grip. And an itchy scalp. Yeah, no front end grip at all. Absolutely none. So I have to pit this lap. Okay, so Euro jersey was at very least on the mediums. I can take a little bit of comfort. But you managed to make him last 6 laps, so good on him. Whereas I was struggling with 6 laps on the hards. So here comes Coupon. And someone behind him, so that's not going to be fun for me. I think we said the German behind us was on the hard to begin with, so now he should be on the medium like me, but my tyres should be 2 to 3 laps younger. So that's good news for me. Oh, you flash your lights at me, boy. Or girl. Ooh, he must have taken a Ascari much worse than I did. Ooh, it's very rare I come out faster out of the Ascari than other people. Okay, into the Parabolica. We'll set up our fastest lap of the race, potentially. Let's see if we can get anywhere near Dartgen. 3 laps, 5 seconds. Okay. Good news is we're broken the toe on the German behind us. So it just leaves the German and the Italian to fight over 4th, whilst I go after 2nd. Okay, yeah, the Brit at the front Euro jersey, even on the hard tyres, is pulling away from us. He's definitely got some pace. Oh, don't be another penalty. I beg you. made a deal with Satan on that one. I haven't got my soul to sell, but who cares? Okay, so 7 tenths on that lap. So we do that each lap. That's another 1.5 seconds-ish. Yeah, we're going to end up about 2.5 to 3 seconds ahead of us, I think. So, consolidate. 3rd place. That's a decent finish. It's actually a pretty poor lap bump by new tyre standards. Just feeling a bit twitchy on the turn into all the corners. I think I just got used to the balance of the hard tyre when it was running down a bit. It wasn't as slow as I thought. 48.5. Okay. So that guy in 6th was going even quicker. Oh, he's only gone and lost it again. Ooh, there's 2nd. So that's twice in the last 2 races he's dropped it. On his own. Uh-oh. I'm going to do the same thing, but only run a bit wide. There's the first hints of running out of front tyres a little bit. Okay, going to come home in 2nd. Can't moan too much. He's clearly feeling the pressure. We dropped it out of Viscari in the previous race, and this race coming out of the opening chicane. It's easy enough to do. Big V8 Corvette, a lot of torque to the back wheels and all that. But you know, sometimes if you're feeling the pressure, you're just feeling the pressure too much. Doesn't make any sense, but I know what I mean. Nearly. Only 10 seconds behind the other guy. I'll take it. I'm going to have some celebration mini cheddars. there are other brands of crisps available. This is not an advertisement. And it's still still drivers in this race are getting a minute penalty because they haven't changed their tyres. How often do I stream? At least a Tuesday and a Thursday, which is often a group streamer for 4-player thing. Today it was Halo 4 and whatever is. Also, how often do I eat snacks? All the damn time. That's why I'm so thin. And with regards to GT Sport, if I like the set of daily races that are on every day, every other day, sometimes it can go weeks in between. Also, I eat snacks when I come in the top 3. You know, as a reward. Did Dark Gen leave? He quit out. Above average, it's called playing GT Sport since the PlayStation 1. I should be fairly good at it by now. GT Sport, GT Gran Turismo, you get the idea. No, above average is neither here nor there. How do you define average? Do you take it across the entire spectrum, or people that play once or twice a week? Because if you play it once a week, twice a week, you're above average already. But with regards to how good I am at this, I'm an A rank now, and it goes from E, D, C, B, A plus, and an S. So, and no PS5 yet, can't afford one. Plus, it makes no difference to Gran Turismo, unless you want to play it at 4K at 60 frames a second, which I can't be bothered with it. 1080p's adequate for this game. Works for me. What's my rank at the moment on this? Let's have a look. There's some companion websites. What's it called? Kudos Prime. It says my performance is top 2%. And I currently have a 35,920 driver points, which puts me firmly in A rank, but I could easily lose it in a couple of days and be back down to B rank. So it depends on how you qualify it. So there's at least 2 grades above me. But to be fair, you can be any rank in this and you can be quick. There's been times when I've been a B or a C, and I've been racing S ranks. And obviously the same flips around. You could be an A rank and you get beaten by a C rank. Just what happens. But top 2% is, depends on how you define it. If you play it a lot, top 2%, yeah, okay. This means you practiced, as far as I'm concerned. I'm much happier with my Resident Evil 5 rank, which is on the DLC for Desperate Escape, and that's top 5. Not percent, top 5 in the world. Now that just means I need to get out more. But considering this is lockdown, do I do another race? Yeah. Can I compete against what the top couple of percent? There's something called FIA races, which aren't there at the moment. Actually, would it be back a page? No. There's championship races and that sort of thing. For money. I don't actually know the specifics of all of the challenges and that sort of thing, but people get together and there are prizes, that sort of thing. I remember one a few years ago, which was to drive in the Dubai 24 hours or something, if you won the challenge. But you know, it's the same as any e-sport. if you're good at something, there's probably an event for it. Fortnite, whatever. I mean, I remember guys hearing that guys had won £1 million, $1 million, whatever it is, because they come first in it. You can beat it, of course you can. Where? Don't know. And as Lewis is saying on YouTube, so yeah, as I said, this is broadcast on both. You do get into some lobbies with the A+ and S ranks, and you feel like you're shit at the whole game. I mean, I've gone into after some qualifying sessions going, yeah, absolutely brilliant, no one's going to beat that. And you look at the qualifying times, and on a course like Monza, which is how many corners? One, going to count the chicanes as 2 corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-ish corners. They could be a second and a half ahead of you. And most of that Monza is straights. Or you get some courses which are 30 seconds long and they're still 2 seconds ahead of you. You can get some lobbies that just make you feel absolutely dim and slow. The amusing thing is, if Lewis is saying that, I think I've been in a few races where I've finished within 5 seconds of him and that's it. So imagine how that makes me feel. I just realised I did something really silly. I didn't click A. Qualifying time. Me sitting there watching the timer go down. Needed to click X. I don't deserve these mini cheddars. I'm going to have another one anyway. What I'm going to do is try and improve my qualifying. Because honestly, that is where most of the results come in this game. My personal preference is to not start with a rolling start, but start with a grid start. But GT Sport's the other way around. I was in a race with Basic Ollie as well. And I was like, there he is. There he's gone. Just took off. He's one of the guys that compete against Super GT and all that all the time. Right. Let's try and get into the 47s to begin with. I assume guys like Basic Ollie have their own channels and whatnot, and if they don't, I'm surprised, because they must put a heck of a lot of time into it, or just are naturally gifted, or both. It can take me 2 days to get up to speed on a course, particularly if I don't like it. Oh, too wide, too wide. There's a guy I watch on YouTube called Aidan Millward. Aidan Millward, I think it is. And he does mostly Formula 1 commentaries, BTCC, that sort of stuff. But he does a little bit of sim racing on the side as well. Mostly when he's doing talks about the Formula 1, rather than put up pictures which are going to get copyright claimed, he uses the sim footage to talk over. Where was I going with the point? Oh yeah, he describes a lot of sim races, particularly on GT Sport, iFactor, whatever the hell they're called, because I've forgotten them all already. R-Factor and iRacing. Wow, okay. He describes them as Martians, because quite frankly, it is absolutely alien how they are so quick. Yeah, that was just highly autistic and don't do anything else. Okay, so the next race will be half past. Don't know when the next race is going to be, actually. But it's around Monza, there's so little to do. Hold that thought. That is true. I hadn't really thought of that. Gonna have to get the. I say this every 2 or 3 times a day, if not multiple times a week. I need to get the wheel out and learn some of the techniques on that. It's just I will. It's just a pain in the ass. I'll have to take an initial absolute dump in terms of DR points to get up to speed. But I know it's that initial hump, I guess. I don't necessarily view it as a death sentence using a controller. I know some people who use wheels are terrible, but I do find the consistency suffers with a controller. Well, at least so I've been told. Oh, that's a penalty. That was a big one too. And
that's what she said.
ooh, good exit out of Parabolica for a change. There's got to be some advantages to use a controller though. So we'll have to do a bit of research on that. I mean, there's got to be some particular courses that are better set up for a controller, because I find it particularly easy to slide. Obviously, that is the last thing you need to be doing when tyre wear is considered, but there's got to be an eventuality where it is particularly useful. That's the theory, anyway. And Ty, like Mr. Cuddly Stitch, if you're still there, you have yourself a PS4, grab yourself GT Sport, and come race. Honestly, a couple of days of practice and you'll be up to speed. One really good thing about GT Sport is there's a lot of nice people out there, and they give you a lot of advice. And encouragement. Okay, 47.9, so I've got about a second to improve. Okay, I need to actually focus on this lap, so excuse me for a moment. Or two. And then I go and do something like that. I'm going to have to restart that lap. I hear you, but it just depends on how invested you are in the game. And it's something I've always wanted to do, and the G29 on offer on, I think it was Amazon, a couple of months back for half price, and I was like, why not? It's lockdown. And considering how things are at the moment, it's like, yeah, why not? That was a power slide. Ooh, that felt nice and smooth. That did not. Okay, into the second Lesmo. Okay, it might end up a low 47. That's about as good as we're going to get on this one. I do really want to try a Fanatec wheel, so if anyone from Fanatec happens to be watching, I will be a little bitch and I will I will advertise your stock for you. But I actually just genuinely want to go. I want to see the difference that it makes. Curiosity, I suppose. But again, if they want to give me a free one, I am not going to say no. It's not going to happen. Oh, that's more like it. I will not hit the wall in the Lesmo. I will not hit the wall during the Lesmos. I hit the wall before Lesmos. It doesn't count. Back to racing. Okay, so I can lap in the 47s, not a problem. Okay. Louis, just had to go and put in a faster lap, didn't you? Right, next race is at 2 o'clock. Man. Do you know what? Yeah. Well, boy, was it. It's good. Imagine if a F1 commentator was commentating. Alright. I think it was at the Tuscany Grand Prix. Lando Norris was commentating on... No, it was George Russell. It was George Russell. And he's commentating on his lap around... So I'm just trying to get out my head if it's Tuscany or not. Doesn't matter. He was commentating on his lap around at Formula 1 speeds. And that's just nuts. I imagine someone like Murray Walker commentating on a thing. It was just... The car would just end up in another dimension. I'm just glad I didn't crash into the wall at the Lesmo. It was before it. Otherwise that would be proper commentator's curse. I just put myself off. I think that's the point I was trying to say. Okay, so we've got 17 minutes to kill. Let's have a quick look. So I did save my best lap. So that's my fastest race. That'll be the one that I won. So yeah, let's have a quick look, see what Dart Gen did. think it was on lap 5 or 6. Okay, excuse me for 2 moments. I will be right back. Okay, apologies for that. Sometimes you just have to go and open a window. Something about the PS4 that kicks out so much heat. My room becomes a bit of an oven. Okay.
That's what she said.
One day I push the right button. Okay. So we're going to view this from Sledge's perspective, because I'd quite like to see what happened actually. Although this is going to be a few laps in, we'll get there. See if we can pick up a couple of tricks or not. That's definitely not a trick. Okay, so looking at it from Dark Jen's perspective, because he's right up my exhaust pipe. That is a sentence I don't want to say again. Yeah, I was too over defensive there. This compromise makes it in and out of Ascari. He gave himself a half-second penalty trying to undercut me, so that's justice, I guess. For those that have just joined, this is the Corvette race. Got a bit of squirrely coming out of that one. Okay, we are going to, frankly, skip ahead because this race is it's not action-packed. Because we've got Dark Jen about to take his half-second penalty, which will affect him all the way down the straight. You can see me just disappearing there. But eventually, I'll get myself a penalty, and then he'll take over. There we go. Let's see what I actually did. I think I cut the first part of the second chicane. Yeah, alright. It was about 6 to 8 or 6 to 12 inches, probably about the best part of a foot, too far to the left. Okay, so that's my bad on that one. And we get Dartgen take over the reins. I think the game had a bit of a glitch there. And so he's still on his medium tyres on his 6th lap. So this must be the lap it happens. Here we go. Runs a little bit wide, nothing too fancy. Loses the back end again, ends up in the gravel. And at that point, as soon as you've hit the gravel, as soon as you've hit the grass, you're going for a spin. And then he just absolutely lights up the tyres. Yeah, okay. So before he goes into that corner, let's check the state of the tyres. Not brilliant. To be fair, they're not too dissimilar from mine. So good going on him, but they're definitely much worse than the guy in 3rd. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. And then the rest of the race is just to the flag. Okay, we'll call this the last race of the evening, morning, whatever you want to call it. Let's attempt to do a little bit of qualifying. And then race time. You know how this format works. You're obviously watching this channel, watching me play GT Sport. You obviously know what's going on. Qualifying, race, duh. Should be getting serious and clicking my neck. Okay, so we've got 9 minutes. So I'm going to get 5, maybe 6 laps in. I'll say by the last lap I want to be down to the low 1 minute 47s consistently. Or setting the personal best. So if you're watching and you're in the session, as it were, with me, say hello. I haven't got much to do around Monza. It's just chicanes and streets. Okay, 35 free for the first sector. Can't remember if that's good or not. I can still remember the times from last week, last daily race 8, but I can't remember what I've been doing for the last 2 days. So what's 6 in your head most, I guess. 36 flat for sector 2. Okay, so turns out it was actually good lapping up until the last sector. Okay, that's cool. So, 47.3. Well, it looks like I'm going to lose a tenth or so in the first sector. But not like it matters, it's always the final sector I drop most of the time. Just, again, it's that Ascari chicane, just not very good at it. Seemingly absolutely on the edge of each and every one of these corners. So we've got the consistency down. I have got to buy Thesaurus. I may have just found myself a nice new way of getting through Ascari. Okay, 47 to 0. Brilliant. Well, I said I wanted to give myself 5 or 6 laps to get there, so okay. Actually arrived a little bit out of control in that one. That was fun. Two more laps. Oh, now that is going to be a penalty. How was that not... There we go. Thank you, GT Sport. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, Lewis. Have a nice sleep, as it were. And I wish you no penalties and lots of wins for the future too. Okay, this will be the last lap of qualifying. I'm going to do my damnedest to equal you on that qualifying time. We'll see what happens. So my optimal time is now 1 minute 46.683. So just need to put them all together in each consecutively. That does not count. Do you know what? I'm just going to start that one again. There's no point starting to quarter of a second down. Right, this will be the last lap. If I get past the third corner. Okay, exit the parabolica. Down the main straight. Past the F1 podium stand up there. Or up there, depending on which way you're looking at me. Get out a sandwich. Have a sandwich before you get to turn 1. Brake at the 150 mark. Slide into the first corner a little bit. Slide back the other way. Crisscross. This is not the right time to have an itchy eyeball. Right, curve grande. Hug the corner as close as you dare without hitting the grass. Right, next chicane. 150 mark. Down to second gear. Flick left. Flick right. Up to third. All skid around the exit. Only 4 tenths down. I should shut up while I'm doing this. First Lesmo. Seems to go on forever, that corner. Out to the apex on the exit. Lesmo 2. Okay, it's not apex on the exit, it's the curb. Numbnuts. Now down the back straight. 1 of 3 straights on the course. 3? Yeah. 4-ish. Big straights. Whatever. Okay, down to third for the first part of Ascari. Up to fourth for the right-hander. Flick it left, hopefully stay flat. Just change of underwear, please. That's good middle sector, actually. Brake just after the 100 metre mark, down to third, into the parabolica, up to the apex, and swoop around the outside for line of least resistance. And down to the straight and the F1 podium again. 47.5. Okay, apparently I didn't come out of Ascari very well on that one. Okay, let's just try this opening chicane again. This is the corner I seem to get it wrong on most. That's better. So that would have put me over a quarter of a second up on the previous lap, so that would take me down to, yeah, low 47 again. Okay, where are we starting on this one? Oh, crap. I raced against Juicy Ale earlier on, and he disappeared off into the distance. Oh dear. I'm going to need a commiseration pack of mini cheddars, I think. And the Frenchman is bloody quick too. Okay, I think I can probably race the Brit ahead, Burt Racer, and get out of my way, the German. But I'm going to have to be wary of Charlie 8 because he was quick in the last one. And the Italian Cremo. Ah, Burt Racer is a fellow streamer. I'm going to go and check him out. What is he on? Streaming now on what? Twitch TV? Twitch. Let's have a look, see if I can find him, spy on the... Oh crap, better change the tyres. Oof, that would have been painful. Not bad racer. 87. Up at B Racer, B Tracer. Burt Racer. No, it's not 87. Yeah. Right, I've sent him a message. in the race with you, dude. Good luck. So if anyone happens to be on his channel also, quite why you'd be on 2 channels at once is beyond me, but I'll say hello to him. I might go and check it out afterwards. Okay, so we've got an Aston behind us. That's pretty good for me, because the Corvette is frankly a little bit faster in a straight line. And what the hell is the German doing? Okay, that's good news for me. I haven't lit up the tyres coming out the first corner for a change. Oh, Bert Racer, where you going, man? Look at my ass. Oh, that was right on the edge of the corner. No underwear, please. If you can hear me, Bert Racer, I won't fight you too hard. I will let you by. Last thing I want to do is hold the pair of us up. Oh, we've got the Frenchman who's a little bit wide on that corner. That's always fun. Okay, one thing I'm not going to do is fight the German too hard, so I'm going to give him a push down the straight. Alright, he seems to be going defensive, so looks like he's willing to go slower. We have to, I think he's actually letting me go. So that's very kind of him, presuming that's what he was doing. And Bert Racer's followed me through. Frenchman's off. Somehow still going very rapidly down the straight. That's disconcerting for me. Incoming missile. It's always an Italian. Gets a bit over-eager in Monza. Oh, that's too wide for the colour of my underwear to stay the same colour. Oh. Uh-oh, here comes the Italian. So that's 2 laps in a row he's done that. He's obviously got the Monza madness. Why are you defending into the Lesmo? The idiot's trying past there. Okay, I'm behind you. That makes a lot of sense. Oh no! The German had a penalty too for something or other. What am I saying? Oh no! I'm pulling a lot of faces during this one. I'm pretty sure of it. Right, get out the knitting needles for this straight again. So Juicy Ale has just taken off, and quite frankly it takes the piss. Let's see. Right, the German goes in. He was on the hard tyre. And so was Charlie. Right. Race on. So it looks like Burt Race's tyres are giving up a little bit because I'm starting to catch him now. That would, to me, say that he's on the medium. So my front tyres aren't feeling much better. Frankly, that was a terrible Lascari. So what's new? Ooh. Right, so the Frenchman goes in, he's on the mediums. Do you know what? I'm going to follow them in. I'll try and get the jump on there, Mr. Burt. Okay, so the Italian was on the mediums, which is why explain why he's being so aggressive. Right, so the German, get out of my way, didn't leapfrog me during that, so now I have a lap fresher tyres, and I'm still out of the slipstream, so that's good for me. And he's fighting with Charlie behind him, so even better for me. Makes me think that racing's predominantly a very selfish sport. It's always self-centered on me rather than the team. Alright, I suppose driving solo like this is a very selfish existence. Team racing. Oh, don't be a penalty. Team racing though, like endurance racing, LMP1 and obviously Le Mans and all that. I bet that feels much more of a team effort. I mean, well, it is. Okay, so the leaders were definitely on mediums. Bert Racer was on mediums. Ahaha. This is going to be a much closer race. So now he's on hards and I'm on mediums. I'm coming up right behind him. So we've got two streamers, third and fourth. Couldn't be any more perfect. Is he going defensive? Nope. Very fair. Flashing back. And he gives me a flashback. Good lad. Oh. Don't want to be out there. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Oh, don't be a penalty. Yeah. I thoroughly deserved that one. That's not the sound of pleasure. So 48.2 is not bad. Juicy Ale takes absolute P, 47.3, and probably on hard tyres at the beginning of the race. I can only hope that he did it with a slipstream. Or a bump draft. Which, quite frankly, that's a little bit insulting. Well, I got the time to just under 8 seconds there for literally about a thousandth of a millisecond. So I can at least hold my head high, knowing it's not been a second a lap difference between us lot. Although he is coming around the corner, Rayla not. Right, this might very well be 2 laps of very defensive driving. Because the premium medium tyres that I had on are a little bit worn now. Six cents per second difference, 2 laps to go. This is going to be a tough one. Though I think he goofed on the chicane, so I'm happy. I'm probably leaning really far over at this point, aren't I? Feel free to tell me I look like a Burke. I mean, I know I do, but whatever. Okay, so we've broken the slipstream. Just got to worry about the German behind him. Alright, so the German has got him. If memory serves, he has a lap older medium tyres. So, I'm not going to... Oh dear, there's been a crash. Let's check that one out on replay. If I had to guess, I would say Bert Racer was coming back at the German, and there's been a bit of a shenanigan cock-up. Do you know what? If it wasn't for that penalty, I would have had a shout of being in the Frenchman's slipstream. Waft of baguette. Okay, so under 10 seconds away from the leader, and considering it is juicy ale, pretty happy. I only had one little penalty. Come home with a podium. Oh. So what happened to the German? He dropped 16 seconds on that last lap. To be fair, that could have been largely due to a penalty. Right, let's see if Bert has replied to me. No, I got disconnected from the chat, so that's not going to work. Hey, the Frenchman was really nice to me. We'll revisit that one. See what happened to Get Out of My Way. And about racing. Series A B DR is bloody quick. It's nice the fact I had the third fastest set of laps. Well, finished third. Don't know how to do it, so I'm going to let you do it, dude. Do you know what? I really enjoy that. We are going to do one more. If I get a nice race like that, it's worth continuing. Well, that was quick. Right, I shall be back, and this will be the final race. I promise. So I'll be back in a mo. And we're back. It's every time with Fatalist Chris. Right, I'm going to do 2 laps on the hards and 4 laps on the mediums. It's going to be a exploratory race. Well, I'm not really saying much during this one, I know, but this is the focus. I did say we were going to do 2 laps on the hards and then switch to the mediums, but there's places to pick up just from a normal strategy from this. So we're just going to see how high we get back up. Not very high if I keep doing shit like that. So we've got Pathfinder in front of us, which is obviously, to me, the name of a space probe and or a film involving Vikings and Native Americans. It's a good film, but couldn't stand to watch it all. It's very similar to my livery on my Aston Martin. I wonder if I'm going to end up overtaking my car. Where's a McLaren? Oh, for... So he went off course, he phased back in front of me, and I get the penalty. We're done. There's only so much of that crap that you can take. Right, we're going to go back and look at the last race. I'm going to absorb the SR loss in that one, because quite frankly, that was getting ridiculous. It was only going to end up worse and worse. So let's have a look at the last race, see what happened in that. I want to see what happened between Burt Racer and get out of my way.